Am I the a-hole for telling my stepfather I hope some guy says the same to his kid one day? I, 17M, have been in family therapy with my mom and stepfather for the past 5 years. That's right, 5 years, and we've gone through something like 9 therapists because it always ends in conflict. And the conflict? Always between me and my stepfather. The root of it is simple. He insists he's my dad, and I insist he never will be. He came into my life when I was 8. My dad had died. Yes, we were going through a divorce when he passed, but that doesn't mean I was suddenly open to having someone else step in and replace him. I was a kid trying to make sense of loss, grief, and sudden change. And instead of letting me come to terms with things at my own pace, this guy immediately tried to claim a title that wasn't his. Since then, it's been a constant push-pull. He calls me son and I correct him. My mom refers to him as my dad in conversation and I shut it down. I've made it very clear to everyone in my life that I do not see him that way, and it's not out of spite or to be petty. It's about boundaries. He doesn't respect mine. It's like he believes he's entitled to a reward just for sticking around. But he doesn't seem to understand that fatherhood isn't earned through years. It's earned through heart, respect, and patience. Right now, my mom is pregnant with their first child together. It's been a long journey for them, and I understand how important it is to her. She's hoping that this pregnancy somehow creates a new beginning for all of us. So she's pushing therapy hard, saying it's our last chance before the baby arrives to make progress and become a family. At our latest session, things exploded. Again. My stepfather went on this long, bitter rant. He said he was sick of me refusing to accept him, sick of me undermining him at every turn, and tired of me correcting people when they call him my dad. He said that my biological dad is dead, that he's just a ghost, a memory, and that I need to let him go and accept the present. According to him, he's put in the work, he's paid for things, showed up, taken on responsibilities, became my legal guardian, tried to adopt me, and for all those reasons, he deserves to be called Dad. And then he said the words that made my blood run cold. I'd love to burn your dad's memory to the ground because I deserve to be recognized instead of the ghost. Let me be crystal clear, he called my dad a ghost and not in a soft, you need to move on kind of way. In a spiteful, entitled, cruel way. As if my grief, my love for my dad, is an inconvenience to him. The therapist intervened immediately. She spoke calmly but firmly, telling him that what he said was completely inappropriate and would only drive me further away. She said he was feeding me reasons to reject him, not winning me over. She reminded him that some stepchildren never accept a stepparent as dad, and that's okay. She even said some stepparents stay in that role for decades without it changing, and the healthiest ones respect that. Then she turned to me and gently asked if I had anything I wanted to say in response. I looked at him and said, I hope some guy says the same thing to your kid one day. Boom. That was it. He exploded. The therapist asked me to step outside to diffuse the situation, but I could still hear his yelling from outside the door. My mom came out a few minutes later, visibly upset. She said what I said was cruel, that it was like I was wishing death on him, without using the exact words. My stepfather said the same thing the next session, and once again, I was asked to leave the room because his reaction was that intense. After the session, he demanded an apology from me. Not just that, I was told I better say I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I refused. I didn't apologize, and I didn't clarify anything. Because as far as I'm concerned, he earned that response. If he thinks dads are just placeholders, just warm bodies stepping into a role, then he should be prepared for someone else to replace him one day. Maybe then he'd understand how it feels. My mom later asked me why I'd bring the baby into this. She said my comment could affect the new child, our family, the peace they're trying to build. I told her he brought this into the family. He believes fathers are interchangeable. So one day, when some other man steps into his child's life and says, I deserve to be your dad, I hope he remembers exactly what he said to me about mine. And I won't feel sorry for him when it happens. Because maybe then he'll understand that some people are irreplaceable, no matter how many years go by. Now, everyone's looking at me like I'm the villain. So, am I the a-hole for saying what I said? For drawing a line? for protecting the one person who actually earned the title of father in my life. Because I didn't wish anyone dead. I just wanted him to feel the weight of his own words. And maybe, just maybe, he finally did.